Got the 33 hooked up to the laptop, checking my data log. This is some really fun, exciting stuff once you learn it. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just got to dig in. Just got back from running the 33 on Lake Superior, almost the end of December. It's crazy. I'd like to share with you, maybe you can learn, maybe it'll help. Share what I'm learning here and the result of shorter wires, QS8 connectors, and the nice, lovely, healthy numbers I'm seeing now on the data log. This is so rare. Open water, northern Wisconsin on December 21st, and flat water on Lake Superior. It's really cool. I'll get to test my upgrade on the 33, shorter wires, the QS8 connectors. Get this taped up, get it in the water. Not going to necessarily push it hard. Running an 1817 1745 ABC prop. Recording. Mostly just want to get to a full pull, check my data log, see how my numbers look. Okay, I think I see where that wood is. Might stay out a ways, come in at an angle here. Get an idea how it's set up too. Move the CG. Okay, she's staying down. Wow, she's got some snort. That's going to stay down, and my CG is right behind a turn fin. Oh! Oh! Shoot, that's so not good. That angle got me. It looks like I have maybe a broken sponson rods. Oh. Samuel. Yeah, they're not broken. Barely a mark on the curved turn fin. No mark on the prop. And just kick my rudder back a little. Just a bit of a scuff there. Okay, let's see what the GPS reads, see what it did with it. Yeah, almost 80, 79 miles an hour. Okay, I think I can run again. I don't see any amount of damage worth being concerned about. Prop, it's clean. Okay, got lucky. Let's go run it again. Start,
Stop. Read. Zeroed out. Start. Reading. Boy, it feels like she's gonna come off. That's crazy to me. Around them piece of wood right there. And turn left. And turn into shore. All right, let this cool down a little bit. Give her one more rip. Man, this thing has a lot of power. Standing tall on the sponsons. My CG is another 1.5 inches more forward than I had it. There's a full rip. Okay, that's what I wanted. Get the full throttle. We'll call that good. All right. All right. Whoa, baby. Easy. Easy now. Easy. All right. What do we got? Stop. Read. Woo, baby. 100 mile an hour on the dot. And just touching full trigger. 1817 prop. Man, this thing's got a lot more snort with the shorter wires and the QS8 connectors, and that's on 6S. So, wow, I am some kind of happy with that. Crazy I got a chance to run this at the power plant. Absolutely insane to me, living here, running this at the power plant in northern Wisconsin. Does not happen. December 21st. It's like 40 degrees out. This is warm for us up here. 40. What a thrill. That is a personal best at the power plant. I'm pretty sure I've never ran 100 mile an hour here with any of my boats. We just don't get flat water here. Not very often. Lake Superior is not known for flat water, calm water. Certainly not for a flat water boat like this. All right, I can check my volts on my transmitter. 23, so 23.1 for 6S. I made a little cheat sheet on my transmitter. So that's right at 3.85 volts per cell. Let's check some temps now. 80 on the lipo. 78 on the connector. 70 on the motor. 63.5 on the ESC. 61.7. I so cannot believe I got a run in here. Wow. That is so awesome. All right, I'm gonna clean this up and take a look at the data log numbers. Pretty happy I got to 100. That'll give me a real good idea of how healthy my electronics are going to be with these upgrades I did to it. This is the setup here. I got this dock pulled out for winter, and here I am using it as a bench to run the 33. I'm home, got it hooked up on the laptop, looking at the data log numbers. They're looking really good. We'll go over them, see if we can't make some sense of them in a minute. First, go over the setup real quickly. I ran a 1745 ABC prop. So that's prop down from what I was running this summer. Good prop, but fairly conservative. Ran it on an SMC 6-volt lipo, 5300 milliamp hour. It's their SRD lipo, 250C discharge. And they have the 4050 TP Power V1 motor, 2310 kV. Castle Hydra X 8S ESC. My shortened wires and the QS8 connectors. Sharing the data log numbers is going to be maybe a little bit challenging with the flickering of the screen as I'm videoing it here, but I'll talk about them. I've zoomed in on the 100-mile-an-hour run. Looking down here, my max ripple current was 2.37. That's showing what's on this screen. That's what these current numbers are. And if I put the mouse on an area, so I'm looking at current, here I'm pulling 308.4 amps. And in this position of the mouse, that's only 0.55 ripple current. The ripple will be higher as you're coming up on throttle. And before I had it spiking way above even where my max current draw was. So the max ripple current was right in here as I'm coming up. It's going through my transition, coming up on throttle. It's right there, putting the mouse on it. So that's showing the 2.37 ripple current. Some other interesting numbers to look at for watts. I pulled 6,276 watts. That's the blue line. It's right in here. Now the mouse is showing that real close. 6,274 watts. Here's an interesting one. So here's pulling current as I'm going through transition. Right here is the final going to full trigger where the current peaked, and then right in here is where I held it, and those RPMs is where it maxed out just before that at 43,073 RPMs. So that's kind of interesting, that number. Just neat to see. The more important one is how many amps you're pulling, and this is just a calculation of the watts, and then the ripple current. That's the killer right there. And also the minimum voltage that it sagged to on this run, and that would be right in here. Got my mouse right here, and it sagged to 19.1, which is not bad at all considering I was running some cold lipos. They say they went in the boat at around 54, 55 degrees, come out at 60. That might be a factor, but that's only sagging to 3.18 volts per cell. So all these numbers looking really good. I think I've got it certainly figured out. That was 100 mile an hour, cold weather, cold water, cold lipos.
Not unhappy with these numbers at all. That's well within numbers that will result in healthy electronics. Here's something really cool to look at. On this chart now, I've only got RPM, throttle in, and power out turned on. And again, I'm zoomed in on my 100-mile-an-hour run. Right here is my motor power out. It's the blue line. And right below that, throttle, this black line. So no power cuts. One thing that's really good. 100% power out from here. Actually, I'd put my mouse up here. 100% power out from here to here. And that's the same distance that I held full throttle. If you drop down here, here's time in seconds. So I held full throttle for exactly 2 seconds. From 6:57 second mark to 6:58. And then here's the RPMs. So this varies a little bit, probably just biting and losing bite on the water. So RPMs, that's this maroon line. So right when I went to, so it's coming up as I'm going through my transition. And at this point where I went to full throttle, my RPM was 39,545 RPMs. And then jumped up here. This could be like, say, just skipping across the water. 41,262 RPM. And peaked right here, right before I chopped the throttle. That's where it peaked. 43,073 RPMs. So as you learn to use the data log, that's some pretty cool stuff, just to isolate and look at some of the numbers. RPM is interesting, fun thing to look at. The critical one is no power cut. It held power. So this is the calibration of my transmitter. This number, I don't understand it, but 1.871 held full trigger. That stayed straight across. The important one is it returned 100% power out from the ESC during that whole entire 2 seconds of full throttle. So it's pretty cool stuff when you dig into the data log.